4 subs versus 2 subs, same total power, but which setup actually hits harder? The answer might surprise you. Let's start with cone area. 4 12-inch subwoofers give you roughly 452 square inches of total cone area. 2 15s give you about 353 square inches. More cone area means more air gets moved, and moving air is literally what makes bass. So, right out of the gate, the 4 sub setup has a physical advantage. Then there's displacement. Displacement is how much air a subwoofer actually pushes in and out with each cycle. 4 woofers working together multiply that displacement. More displacement at lower frequencies translates directly to output, louder and deeper bass without needing to throw extra watts at the problem. Now let's talk power. Say you've got 2,000 watts total. You can split that 500 watts per driver across 4 subs or dump 1,000 watts into each of 2 bigger subs. Efficiency matters here. Some budget-friendly woofers are surprisingly efficient and convert a higher percentage of that power into actual sound pressure. If your 4 lower power subs have even a 3 decibels efficiency advantage over the 2 big ones, that alone doubles perceived loudness. 3 decibels is not a small deal. Enclosure is where things get real. 4 subs need more box volume, and that's a genuine trade-off. Fitting 4 enclosures in a trunk takes planning. Ported versus sealed, shared chambers versus individual, these decisions affect tuning frequency, transient response, and how low the system actually reaches. 2 high-power subs in a well-tuned ported box can absolutely compete if the box work is dialed in. So who wins? It depends on the specific drivers, the box design, and the power behind them. 4 efficient subs with good cone area in a properly tuned enclosure can keep up with and sometimes beat 2 big, power-hungry drivers running the same wattage. Run what you've got, tune it right, and keep on banging.